Hey friends, it's Dimitri with Bachelor Streetwear. So I just got some boxes here. I usually get several boxes a day, shipping supplies, stuff I order online, clothing, all sorts of stuff. So I thought, why not make an unboxing video and kind of just do a chat just for fun. So let's open these small ones first. So this is just some batteries. I use these for the mics and for other things around the office. And this garbage can's hiding from me. The big box right here, this one has the good stuff in there, so that's going to be fun to open that. I think this one is just boxes from Uline. Yeah. Uline always sends these catalogs, and they're so annoying. I told them to stop sending them, and they keep sending them to me. I think it's such a waste because, you know, it's just adding like almost like how much does this weigh? This is like maybe almost half a pound of weight to their shipping costs. The rest of this is garbage. But yeah, the good stuff is in this box. So what this is a heat press. And I mentioned this in a previous video that I did not too long ago, that we were going to get a heat press basically as a countermeasure to a problem that we're having, and I wanted to get one anyways. Now, the heat press is not for making the clothes, like the prints, and for selling them, right? Because I'm not in favor of that kind of stuff. So if you are, starting your clothing brand, that might be a way for you to start, but really it's not. It's not the best, because the quality of the prints that you're making, they're not going to be really good for your customer, and they're not going to really want to be a repeat customer, because heat press t-shirts are just simply not as good as screen printed stuff, embroidered stuff, that the quality is just not there. But what I'm getting this for is for several reasons. The first one is that one of our printers, they can't make the tags on the shirts good. They mess up, like their margin of messing up is like anywhere from like 3 to 10 shirts a batch. And that really cuts into profits, because when the tags are messed up, I'm not going to send that kind of product out to the customer, because it's messed up, right? So I have to discount them and sell them in the reject bin sale. And then I was like, you know what? This keeps happening because they just don't want to fix that problem. Now the prints that they do for t-shirts themselves are really good, and they also specialize in certain types of printing, and they're local. For all those reasons, that's why I still work with them, because they do really good prints. It's just for some reason they can never get the tags down. And what I also found out through research is that there's kind of 2 types of tags that people use. There's the vinyl heat pressed ones, and then there is the screen printed pressed ones. So actually, there's a new method of screen printing where they could print out the plastisol ink basically, and you could heat press it in. And that's what people do for a lot of tags. Another printer that we use, they do that with their tags. They use that method, and they last longer, they look better, and they don't peel. The vinyl tags, they have a tendency to curl and peel, and they basically fade away in the wash. And that's something I've not liked about my brand. It's like the tags are not as resilient as I would like them to be. Now, the alternative to that would be either get better tags or get woven in sewn tags. And that's, that might be a goal in the future, but there's also the problem with some people don't like the woven tags because they're itchy and they just kind of flail around. So, it really depends on, thinking that through and seeing like what's the best option for that, right? But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna just have them focus on printing because they're good at that, and then Michael and I, probably mostly Michael, he's gonna be the one pressing in the tags from now on, and we're gonna go through all that. We're gonna learn it because I've never used one of these before, actually. Because like I said, my main goal throughout this business has been to basically, you know, create all the systems, designing, retailing all my stuff basically, but I haven't been manufacturing as much, and I am transitioning towards manufacturing. I've stated this in previous videos, even years ago, that in the future I'd like to transition into manufacturing because you have more direct control over what you're making. Your profit margins will go up, and you can rapidly prototype and release stuff on the spot, and you don't have to collect inventory, right? So this is kind of a transitory stage into me doing that, which I'm excited about. I would like to, in the future, basically embroider our stuff, you know, because there's like projects where, you know, I sell hoodies with just a simple embroidered logo, and I'm like, man, you know what? If we had an embroidery machine, we could easily make stuff like that. And I've already done some research on that. I've visited a friend who also has an embroidery machine, and he has a different business, but he does that. Got some pointers from him. And also, I think it'd be nice to, well, on the embroidery part, we can also be making patches and have fast turnaround times, and we don't have to like stock so much inventory, which is like, I preach against that, right? You don't want to have tons and tons of inventory. You want to create stuff just in time if it's possible, right? So we can make patches, hats, all sorts of stuff, get an embroidery machine. And also I'm interested in getting a single color screen printing machine. The reason why I want single color is because they're easy and fast, rather than highly specialized ones where you have like multiple screens, like 6 color or 7 color. I'm gonna leave that to the printers because they will be able to do that faster, and to get all those production, all the equipment and the materials for all that, that's a whole nother ballpark that I'm not ready for yet. But I definitely think that if we move into a larger area, Michael and I, we can get a single color screen printing kit and do all that and set it all up. You know, I'm gonna get like a nice one obviously too, so it's more like automated in a sense, not kind of like, you know, your first time getting a screen and it's kind of janky, it's nothing's lined up, you know. So that's going to be a thing. But in order to do all that, whoa, looks like that handle's not ready to lift up yet. In order to do that, we need a larger space. Oh, this thing's really heavy. I think it weighs like, seems like it weighs like 60 pounds, something like that. So yeah, in order to start to manufacture more of our stuff, I'm going to be needing a larger space, and that is the next phase that I am looking at towards my business. And this box is just a mess. Right now I'm kind of in a transitory period in my business where we are outgrowing this office space. As you could probably tell right now, it's getting really squishy in here. When I moved into here, I think I had maybe like 6 or 7 of these shelves, and now I have 19. And on top of wanting to get an embroidery machine, other equipment, I also want to get a large format vinyl printer so we can make our stickers. Because what I also realize is that I spend hundreds of dollars a month getting sticker inventory, and essentially that money could be used to lease a sticker machine, right? And the cost to lease it and manufacture the stickers is going to be comparable to the amount I already spend on the stickers themselves. Now I get a pretty good rate from my sticker printers, and they're local, and I have no problems with them. It's just that it would be nice to make stickers rapidly, have a faster turnaround time, and also not really carry inventory for that as well, because, you know, I would only print as many as is needed, right? my stickers usually sell really well, but you know, once in a while I do have like a couple designs that don't sell as well, and they're just sitting there, and it's basically like just money on the shelf, right? So that is definitely something. So yeah, here's the heat press. I have no idea if this is like a really good brand or not. I just got it on Amazon, looked at the reviews. It wasn't the cheapest one, but it also wasn't the most expensive one. But this cord is stuck here. But I do think that it will be sufficient for our needs, because we're not going to be, obviously, like I said, we're not going to be using it to manufacture t-shirts. All we're doing is heat pressing tags. And also, what we will be using this for as well is making mock-ups. So sometimes when we order stuff from the printers, I try to get it so that we have the stock and it's ready to go, but sometimes it doesn't work out depending on the printer schedules and our schedules and like getting the files in on time. It's always a goal, but sometimes we don't. And we might get it like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days later after it's sold. So it's basically like a pre-order. But what I was thinking was I could sometimes make mock-ups of the t-shirt themselves. So I could take kind of like detailed photos of the print, especially if it's a single color print, because that'd be very easy to cut out in vinyl, heat press onto a shirt as a mock-up. And also, if I'm working on a design and I'm like, okay, how is this going to actually look like on the shirt? Let's get it printed out onto some vinyl. Let's get it heat pressed and look at it. And then, you know, on top of that, it'd be nice to have like teaser photos before we have the stuff, because like I said, sometimes we just don't get the inventory in to take photos and take modeling shots. So we could easily do that now with the heat press, because we can make mock-ups that are really nice. But yeah, this is the heat press, and we are going to play around with this. I'm going to go order the tags that we are going to be using in the clothing, and we're going to play around with that this week, and I'll make another video about that. I will talk about tips, tricks, and stuff that we learned from that. I've also been thinking a lot about this. I've been watching videos of manufacturing clothing, and I can almost guarantee that I will be able to find better ways of doing stuff, because I just watch videos of people doing stuff, and I'm like, why is it like this, and why can't we make it like this, right? So I'm trying to already think outside the box on how to do stuff. And, you know, who knows where that might lead me to, because I've also been thinking like, man, it'd be almost fun to make products for clothing brands themselves, like stuff that helps people manufacture stuff easier or process stuff easier. That's like a legacy project that I'm thinking of doing. Something like that would be very fun. You know, as much as I like working on this brand, you know, who knows how long I'll be doing that. I could be doing it my whole life. I could be doing it for 10 years, and maybe I'll do another business in the future. I don't know like what my interests are going to be. So, but I am interested in like manufacturing, organizing, that kind of stuff. And I really would like to kind of merge that with clothing brands, and maybe in the future create products to help people manufacture stuff. I don't know. That's something that'd be really fun. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with this, and I'll make another video about all about heat pressing tags and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys like this unboxing video, this quick chat, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks.